Let's go. This is the JMG Live Music Lounge podcast with Jacquari Harris. Interviews with music artists and special guests from around the world. Dance. What's up, everybody? I'm Jacquari Harris, the host of the JMG Live Music Lounge, and I'm back with another great episode of the podcast because today I have an interview with two of the producers from the Freaknik documentary that's playing right now on Hulu. So, here we go. JMG Live Music Lounge. Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told is the documentary that premiered at South by Southwest last month, and Jermaine Dupri, Uncle Luke, P. Frank Williams are all executive producers of the doc. Now, if you don't know, Freaknik is the iconic Atlanta street party that started out as the Black College Cookout. And I have to say, every time I hear the word cookout, I think about Monique at the BET Awards when she went after the Yin Yang Twins back in, I think, 2004. Just go to YouTube and watch it. It's funny as hell. Anyway, back to Freaknik. So, thousands of people would come to Atlanta in the 80s and the 90s just for Freaknik. And it was a celebration of all things Black, from the hairstyles to the clothes we wore at the time. The focus was just to uplift Black culture, and that it did. So my interview is with two of the producers of the doc, Nikki Byles and Jay Allen. And I started the interview by asking Nikki and Jay what made them decide to be a part of this project.
So we happened to be in the office just talking about Freaknik and how we missed it and how dope it would have been if we got to go. And literally from that, it went to us doing a deck, talking, interviewing Uncle Luke. Well, we went to first get Uncle Luke to make sure that he would be in it because you can't do the doc without him. So Uncle Luke, we interviewed people around Atlanta that we thought should be in it. We interviewed Too Short, and we eventually made it to JD, and of course you can't tell it without JD either because he's the soundtrack. And the mayor of Atlanta. You can't tell any Atlanta stories without JD.
Right.
So everybody thought it was a dope idea, and here we are.
Nice, very nice. Yeah, I saw the documentary. I was at South by Southwest myself, and also just recently saw it again, and it's just a good documentary, but it was just good to kind of relive that time frame because I kind of consider the 90s my coming of age era. I wasn't old enough for Freaknik, but
we weren't either.
That's what I'm saying. Don't you feel like you went a little bit?
A little bit, because I was really part of that culture. Like, I love School Days. That's still today one of my favorite movies, and I know the documentary touched on kind of the parallels of what was happening in Black culture at that time, and also with Freaknik. So even, School Days, A Different World, like all of those were, my shows, and they were all relevant, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So when it came to the documentary, how important was it to tell the story of what was happening in Black culture at that time? Because that is a big part of the documentary, from the fashion to the hairstyles to everything. How important was it to tell what was happening in Black culture in addition to what was happening in Freaknik at the same time?
Yeah, and more importantly, what was happening in Atlanta. Like, we looked at Freaknik always as a love story to Atlanta. Everybody thought it was going to be this salacious thing where people were having to resign from churches and jobs the next morning, but that was never the film we were aiming to make. We wanted to celebrate Black culture, Black history, Black hair, Black clothing, Black music. And that's what we really did. Like you said, we were kind of too young to go to Freaknik by like 4 or 5 years. But what we were influenced by that. Like you said, the shows we watched talked about Freaknik, the music that we listened to. For us, like, when Luke comes on, you still have this, like, Luke is chanting, you still have that feeling. When JD's down DJs and all the So Def Bass All-Stars music comes on, it's there to have, the women of the era talk about the hair. We wanted to celebrate all those things. And so to celebrate it and create this with, the people that we admired so much from that time and being able to tell the story with them was it was everything for us.
Mm-hmm. Was there anyone that you wanted to be part of the documentary that you couldn't get or wasn't available, or they might have declined or anything?
Um, the one person, and so it's weird because people never equate him with here, but Swiss Beats was going to do it. And
Okay.
because he grew up here, he started DJing here.
Mm-hmm.
Freaknik, the parties, all of that. And so, but he, his schedule is so crazy. We just could never get him when it was time to film.
Okay.
But that was the main one. We had the other, we had some that were like, nah, because they might have thought it was a salacious piece too. But he was the main one I can think that jumps out. Like, come on, man. But yeah, he said he was gonna do it though. He did. We just couldn't get.
He could have made a little appearance, just showed up a little bit.
He's never even in the country. It is insane. He'll see you in New York today and be in Saudi Arabia tomorrow. It is a thing.
Mm-hmm. And how would y'all describe the documentary for someone who hasn't seen it, and they're interested, but trying to make time to watch it? How would y'all describe it in a nutshell? The Freaknik, documentary.
The way I think about it is just like you and I and Nikki, like when we always thought about Freaknik, we thought about the 90s crazy street party that it was. What we love is we told the origin story, which we didn't know until we got into this. And then we also told why it really ended. So you get the full story of Freaknik. You get the innocent beginnings, the humble beginnings where college children out of necessity had to stay at school during spring break, to the eventual fall, which involved the city, the Olympics, and everything in between. So from our standpoint, watching the doc, you get a full scope of why people migrated to Atlanta, how the music in Atlanta became so popular nationwide, and also why this, crazy street party had to come to an end in a major metropolitan area like Atlanta.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And do you think Freaknik has been influential over the years to some of the other Black high-profile events that have happened, like Essence Fest or Afrochella or whatever the event may be? Do you consider Freaknik to kind of be a pioneer in that way of big Black, celebratory events that happens, throughout not just in Atlanta, but just throughout the country?
They say, I'm sorry, I got to laugh. They said that Essence Fest is just Freaknik with a degree.
Okay.
Okay. So yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I
ain't gonna lie. You just told me about Afrochella. What you said?
Afrochella.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a celebration of African culture. So I mean, there's all types.
Oh, I thought that was the party where everybody with afros come to the party. That's Afrochella, or that's the other one?
That's the other one. That's
okay.
The other.
Yeah. It's two Afrotellas. There's one.
My brother is unwell. Please no.
No, it's one Afrochella. It only happens in Harlem. It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, there's so many. It's kind of hard to keep up. But yeah, I haven't been to Essence Fest before. I'm trying to go this year, but that's Nikki. That's what I've heard as well. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't made that one either.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm getting to it before it's another Freaknik thing. But I think because they have control over it, that one is able to come back every year with no problems.
Yeah, definitely. And what is the one thing that you hope people take away after watching the documentary?
The one thing I loved about the documentary that to me we got across is that that we were all 21 at once and all had fun. And I think the thing that a lot of people in the doc said is that everybody deserves their version of Freaknik. And it might not be, booty shaking on Peachtree, but everybody deserves that time when you're liberated and 21 to just be out there and have a good time and enjoy music and enjoy your friends. And so we tried our best not to expose the aunties and uncles of the world, but also show that at one time y'all were 21 and y'all have fun. And this is what it looked like. You know what I mean? So I hope people just celebrate that time period and understand how much it influenced and impacted the world and just embrace it.
Yeah, definitely. How about you, Nikki?
I wanted to take away bringing back events to where you can go outside and just not die. Like, I want people to know that you can still go outside and have fun and all of that. And Yeah, that's it.
Okay, okay. You know, I'll be in Atlanta later this month,
Okay.
visiting some family. So I'll definitely have Freaknik will be in my spirit when I'm in Piedmont area, or because I'm visiting my family is in College Park area, so I'll mostly
Oh,
be in College Park, but I'll be throughout Atlanta too. So I'll definitely be thinking about y'all in Freaknik, right?
Yeah,
some of
man.
those billboards still up now.
They are them Freaknik billboards. You gotta take a picture and post it on the gram.
Okay, what part of Atlanta are they still up? Is it everywhere or just?
Every bus stop in the major metropolitan area, and then there's on the corner of right by the Hawks Arena, the biggest billboard downtown. It's on that one.
Okay, okay. Well, I'll definitely be looking out for it. Well, that was pretty much it for me. Did y'all have anything else that y'all want to say about the documentary or?
Nah, I don't think so. Where are you from? Like, we don't know
Houston?
anything about
Yeah. So I'm located in Houston. Located in Houston.
the home of the Fruity Pebble. We love that place, man.
Yes.
Yes, yes. Y'all definitely should come. Houston is a huge restaurant city, just like Atlanta. So
And
whenever y'all come, definitely get some good food, barbecue, a little bit of everything, soul food,
turkey
everything.
legs, turkey legs, turkey legs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got to stop by the Turkey Leg Hut. Yeah.
Got to. But nah, it's a pleasure, man. Thank you for chatting with us, man.
JMG Live Music Lounge.
Subscribe to the JMG Live Music Lounge and be sure to follow us on social media.